Welcome back to Melanin and Geekdom. I am Gaddy the Geek, sitting here with
your boy Lex G. What's up, people?
And Rome the Chef.
And today, we got a good one. This is going to be forgotten cartoons. We are in our 30s, so we have forgotten plenty of cartoons. And I even right now talking about it, so many run through my mind. What's your first forgotten cartoon?
Mighty Max. Mighty Max is my first forgotten cartoon because it's the cartoon that when you ask somebody, yo, you ever see Mighty Max? What the fuck is Mighty Max?
Listen, it's so crazy. If you didn't watch Mighty Max, you genuinely missed out.
You missed out.
You really missed out.
Crazy story, devastating
story,
and it felt like the first time I've seen like what I thought the end of the world was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was gonna be what happened in Mighty Max. I was terrified of fucking tarantulas and spiders as a kid. Yeah. One of the main characters gets ate by a fucking giant fucking spider, and that was just it. That was it. He accepted the fucking thing.
He knew it was a prophecy. Right. He was like, I get eaten by a spider.
At the age of like 6, 7. You don't expect that's the way a cartoon is gonna end. It's gonna be happy, blah blah blah. There was more to the story, but there was only 5 minutes of happiness at the end of that goddamn show, bro. Right. And it was all fucking gloom and a fucking skeleton running around with a robe on. Probably had no drawers underneath. He was chasing a little boy. It was fucking weird, man. It was weird, but it was a good fucking cartoon. All right, it's a fucking. The 5-foot fucking pigeon this kid was hanging out with.
The 5-foot pigeon, Virgil. The 5-foot pigeon with a robe.
I have a theory. The kid was not really a kid. He was just having a bad acid trip. He was really in fucking college, and he drank all that shit up, and that's why he keeps reversing over. He's mentally insane. Now, that's my theory. I'm sticking to it. He's like, oh, I'm 10 again.
Oh my god, this magical hat that came in the mail. Oh, first of all. Magical hat, that was like the first Amazon package.
Yeah,
it just showed up.
Yo, they should make that as a fucking like item. I would want that shit like crazy,
I would,
bro.
Definitely, because it was like in a statue, then the statue broke open and the hat was inside.
Are we gonna admit that it was just like a reverb of like Alvin's hat from Alvin and the Chipmunks? They just switched the letter.
They just made
I swear
the A&M. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, they probably shopped at the same store. There was no lids back then. The cartoons had their own shit, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna get the M one.
Yeah, right. He said, "Oh shit, my shit's glowing."
Like, he just happened to get the one with powers.
Max, that's not normal.
Which is, it didn't even give him cool powers either.
And dude, every time they show like the flashback of the old ancient one or whatever they called him, it was him with the same kid head, but he had a buff ass body for some reason. I'm like, yo, the hat ain't doing that for you no more.
The hat is terrible.
Just
open portals. It didn't keep his friends safe. It didn't keep him safe.
It sent him to worse places.
It sent him to the worst places. Like think of Quantum Leap, but you always like ended up in hell. Like it was terrible situations.
Unescapable. And then a pigeon following you around saying, "Oh, it's cool, you're going through hell. It's part of the prophecy."
Wait, it was Quantum Leap.
Was it?
Kinda was.
Kinda.
It's the same story. What came first? How was it called? Quantum Leap is
Quantum Leap is first.
Quantum Leap is first.
The hat is the little teleporter thing that Sam, and Sam is Virgil.
I'm seeing a connection.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh.
Damn, Mighty Max.
Mighty Max, you fucking.
Oh.
They tricked us. It was still good. It was way better than Quantum Leap.
That's probably why nobody remembers it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ever get a chance, please look that shit up. It's an amazing cartoon. What's all you guys' list?
Oh, yeah. Listen, I got one, right?
What?
So, on my list of forgotten, just one of my forgotten cartoons. I don't even know if y'all gonna remember this one, but The Adventures of Johnny Quest, but not the old one. The CGI
You're talking
one.
about the 1996 or 7.
It was amazing.
That show was a trick. That show was a trick. I will tell you why that show was a trick. Show was a trick because at that time they were playing on our goddamn visual senses.
Okay.
And the CGI shit was it baited us because every commercial used to show mad CGI, and it'll be like 2 minutes of CGI and that shit. I wanted to see the whole thing in CGI at that point. Because we ain't never seen some shit like we got Toy Story.
Okay, and we got a reboot.
We did get reboot.
Reboots.
I was expecting Johnny Quest to be that when he first aired that shit.
I mean, it was kind
I'm
of
not mad.
better though.
It was.
It was way better than reboot.
But you have to admit that was one of the main reasons why we watched that shit.
No,
I
what-
like
no, no.
reboot.
Oh, I like
Reboot's
the
right,
no, but
reboot's
looking back at the animation,
Yeah,
it's
bad.
bad.
It's pretty
It's
bad,
bad.
bro.
It didn't age well.
Like everybody's kind of like.
But you can still watch the new adventures of Johnny Quest, and it wasn't just because of the anime. The animation did help. I ain't gonna lie.
For Johnny Quest.
They
I told you,
it
yeah.
helped. It helped. It helped. Thinking about it, yes, absolutely, because nothing else looked like it. But I watched the original Johnny Quest. My mom and my uncle used to watch Johnny Quest, and it was the old race banding and Haji and the little monkey that followed around. So it was a pickup of that story.
Yeah.
And it had the same plots, but it was more at stake.
Johnny
it was
was like 15.
mature. Yeah, and it was
like 15.
it was like them cats was in life-threatening situations.
Does Johnny Quest get canceled in this day and age?
Yeah, race banding does. Haji does for sure.
Yeah.
Haji having a monkey off rip.
I thought Race Band was like the dopest character for.
I don't, but he was
Race
like
was always
misogynistic.
He
So
was.
like feminists ain't gonna like race banding.
Yeah, but Race got mad pussy though.
That's why he ain't
Like,
gonna like him.
okay.
Race was smashing with his tucked
What
in
is
red
the
shirt.
rule? Is it misogynistic?
Race?
Is it misogynistic to get pussy?
I mean, I don't feel like it is, but I feel like somebody might feel like it is.
Does race have BDE?
Does he have BD?
Hell yeah, Race Bandit got BDE. Race Bandit might have started BDE actually. If we talking about original Johnny Quest, Race
was
my man was walking around getting all the bitches, and he had a head full of gray hair.
He was a more hardcore James Bond. I felt when you really think about it.
Hell
He
yeah.
was like, you know, his attire was crazy. It was just a red shirt
Tucked into his
the
jeans.
Yeah.
That was like he looked like a normal motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like he looked like the brawny man, but with gray hair.
Without the flannel.
Without the flannel.
Without the flannel.
This shit was just always. He was kind of always together. And it was just like, bro, it's a smooth. I don't
And
know
no
if
matter-
it was white Dutch. I don't know. What the
No
fuck
matter
it was.
what they got into, Race got them out. Race was the trump card.
He knew how to fly a plane and everything.
Everything. He knew how to do everything.
Race do have
Bro,
BDE.
they had to be paid. Like Race had to be getting paid by the Quest family like a shit ton of money.
Well, yeah, because why else was he there? He
Yeah.
related to him.
Yeah, bro. He had
That last name was Bannon.
That check. He was getting 6 figures definitely for the Quest family because they was having to do some wild shit.
They took care of him. And there's a Race Bannon character is like a parody of Race Bannon, and this show called oh my god, it used to come on Adult Swim.
Which was
Venture Brothers.
Venture Brothers.
And his name was
Johnny
Brock.
Quest. That shit is Johnny Quest.
It is Johnny Quest, but comical.
Yes.
That could be another forgotten one. I don't know if people even knew about. Not a lot of people watch Adventure Brothers, but it was amazing.
The Johnny Quest show.
But it was Johnny Quest.
Do you feel like it didn't last long just because the seasons were like it didn't last that long seasonal?
I think it didn't last that long because
Cost.
no, well, cost. Cost could definitely be a factor, but I don't really think a lot of kids that was like my age was ready for the mature content.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Well, I don't even know. I might hold that. I was about to mention one, but I might hold that one for another one because I was about to mention
you
the
can't say that,
cartoon.
but now I'm intrigued.
Well, I don't know if people even forgot it, but Gargoyles.
Gargoyles
Because it was super mature. It was super mature.
Gargoyles was awesome.
It started with a death.
I feel like if you mentioned it though, everybody, at least from our age range, but if you mention that shit from anybody under the age of, I'll say 29 at this point, that has no type of print in their brain, because I've never seen it reran.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen it like reran all the way through. You see all these other cartoons
I
get
don't think I
reran
have
overnight.
either.
Like you haven't seen it. Now it's available on Disney Plus. I started watching it on there, and I was like, yo, I fell in love with it all over again. I remember the fucking little McDonald's toys.
Yeah.
I wish I could get
Shout
them
out to
shits, man.
McDonald's
Yo,
toys. They had a toy for everything.
Everything. bro.
Everything.
What's on your list?
Yeah, what's on yours, man?
All right.
One of my favorite cartoons, Saturday morning to watch. Life with Louie.
Oh yeah, that is. You know what? It is for Life with Louie. Life with Louie is a fucking classic. My uncle, shout out to my uncle Kenny. We used to watch that shit every single Saturday. He used to have a big ass bowl of fucking whatever the hell he had in the cabinet. It was usually Crispix, and we used to put mashed sugar on that shit.
Life with Louie was so good.
R.I.P.
One of my
Louis Anderson.
One of my favorite episodes is when Louie gets the pet fish.
Damn, bro.
Listen, he's walking the fish, and The fish is now as big as the glass you had it in. They said, "Wow, Louis, your fish really got big. What have you been feeding it?" Oh, cheesecake.
Bro, and his boy, what made it silly was this little
boy with adult
right, it
voice.
was adult Louis voice. It was like, oh yeah, it sounded like a dude smoking cigarettes for 9 years. I've been feeding my fish cream cheese sticks,
Right.
pie.
That was one of
Apples.
my favorite
Oh
episodes.
my god,
Bro.
that's funny. Man, you got me with that one. I forgot about that one.
Life of Louis is silly. Bobby's World is another forgotten.
Bobby's World was dope.
great.
Oh,
first
my God.
show to really do monologues.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live. It was live monologues with
Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel had a Jerry curl back in that time frame. That was the weirdest shit.
The thick Jerry curl.
You cannot claim yourself as a germaphobe and have a Jerry curl. I'm
Bro,
sorry.
there's
That
no
shit
way.
was.
It don't make sense.
It was mad juicy.
What made that made him a
Right.
germaphobe.
Was it a Jerry curl, or did he have the Jerry side?
It was like a mullet almost.
Yeah.
And it was like a curly mullet.
That shit wasn't a natural mullet though. That's why.
Are there natural?
That's probably why he burnt all his hair off. That's why he's bald now.
Mm.
All that shit he was putting in his hair to get us to say like that, because he looked just like the goddamn cartoon character.
Figured it out.
He
He looked like the dad.
looked
The dad had the mullet, the curly mullet. Look,
Life
Life with Louie, Bobby's World. Oh my god.
Street Sharks.
Street
Sharks, SWAT cats, all in the same range.
Bro,
Street Sharks was crazy.
Street Sharks was great.
Biker Mice from Mars.
Biker Mice from Mars was weird ass concept,
yeah,
but it worked for me.
one, why did they have motorcycles on Mars?
Why did the motorcycles take no damage? They be
Right.
falling from buildings.
They have they had that shit from Black Panther, man. Was that vibranium?
Vibranium?
They got vibranium. They probably have vibranium or some shit because it's just they had technology that would did the bikes not have wheels either? Then they float.
No, they had wheels.
They had wheels.
They had
Why
wheels.
the fuck do they have wheels? They flew the fucking
Hey,
Earth.
stuff in Mars, we don't understand Mars culture. You being insensitive.
And it was so cool, bro. It was so much that came out of the Ninja Turtle era.
Yeah, because everything had to copy it.
Everything had a thing. Everything had. Oh, there's got to be 4 of these guys. The Street Sharks, it was four brothers, right?
Yep.
And the motherfuckers all just happened to wear jean shorts. All of them wore jean shorts for some odd reason, and 2 of them wore rollerblades, and the one nigga was just running. It was,
What was crazy about Street Sharks is they were literally fucking street sharks. They can go into the cement
Right.
and cut through that shit. You see what they feed.
what the
And
fuck
I'm like, they
man?
tore up every neighborhood.
They did more damage than they actually did saving them.
And it wasn't even for major crimes.
Yeah, no,
It's like,
bro,
petty
this
theft.
guy just robbed a hot dog stand. A whole 30-minute episode is dedicated to this.
He snatched a purse. He destroyed all of Main Street to get to him.
Did they even have powers? It was just super strength that
They were just
to the
strong.
ground.
Yeah, they're strong, but that's a power in itself. That's strength in itself.
They just look
Swimming
cool.
through a street
To me.
is-
What about Toxic Crusade? Toxic
Toxic
Avengers?
Avenger was crazy. Toxic Avenger was way different than the fucking the movie because the movie had mad titties in there. I
Yeah, the
remember that
movie
shit.
was like Revenge of the Nerds type nonsense.
Cartoon, not so sexy.
Yeah, no. Or Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, same concept.
Yeah,
It came from the movie, and it was childlike in the cartoon.
Thing wasn't too childlike. It was actually kind of just the Ghostbusters cartoon was kind of disturbing for her.
Ghostbusters cartoon was lit.
The one with the boogeyman was kidnapping kids until he was getting closer and closer to them. He was just living in their closets, and the Ghostbusters had to figure out how to get the motherfuckers out.
Hey, that's dark.
Yeah, it was dark as fuck. I'm like, yo,
That was, yeah.
I don't want to go there. It's terrifying.
Right, yeah. It was a
scarred memories about for some reason.
Yeah, he was like, man, I remember the days.
Nickelodeon had a bunch of shows. They weren't cartoons, but they were shows that are forgotten. Cousin Skeeter. Cousin Skeeter, I got where they were going with it, but I don't understand why. How does that work sexually with a puppet?
Was he
The motherfucker's a
somebody's
puppet.
kid?
Yeah, he was their actual cousin, but he was a fucking puppet.
Yeah.
Hey, that's wild.
Or-
That's some
or-
freaky shit.
Or what if it's a background story where it's a disturbed, deranged uncle who just keeps their dead son as a puppet, and he's really behind the camera. Just
Wow.
yo, your cousin Skeeter kids, like yo, cousin Skeeter's here to visit.
It's the family member with a mental disorder. And
Yeah.
the only way he can communicate is through cousin Skeeter.
It's like his perception. It
Yeah.
like shows it from his
Like
perception.
the kids are just playing along.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, Uncle Skeeter, and the mom is like,
It's your cousin Skeeter.
don't
Talk to the puppet. Just give the puppet eye contact before he kills us all.
talk to your uncle directly. Talk to cousin Skeeter. His first name is cousin.
There we go.
Real monsters.
Oh, Oblina, Ickis, and Crump.
Yo.
That was my show.
Crump used to
Right.
disturb me with his hunger.
Bro, this dude literally walked around carrying his eyeballs.
eyeballs.
They did that before Pan's Lab.
Were they supposed to be kids?
They were in school, but I don't know if it was like.
Yeah.
Bro, he used to have the musty ass armpits because they used to draw how stinky this cat armpits was, and his arms are always up.
Always.
Yeah.
Always up. So you just sitting there, like, even when you ain't scaring a kid, you just up there just stenching up the whole monster room. Motherfucking,
But they're in the sewer though, so like. It's
It don't
still
matter,
right. Yeah.
was the teacher a trainee?
The professor.
Yeah, because he had nail.
Yeah, nail polish, had a
yeah.
man's voice.
And he had heels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had
heels
the
on.
heels. Ooh,
So
And we unlock
we were
it.
getting exposed
bro,
early.
we
90s
unlock
cartoons were
it.
very
This
strange.
this episode turned into something
Very
totally
strange concepts,
different. Something totally. What else can we discover? What else cartoon can you think of?
SWAT cats.
SWAT Cat. SWAT Cats is highly underrated.
Yeah. They
Like,
only lasted 2 seasons. It's just like the Dreamcast. 2 years is all it needed.
it's
and it
all
was
you
good.
needed. All you need
It
is
was
tell
good.
that story.
Yeah.
It
And,
was good.
but it left us wanting more. It left us wanting at least 6 more seasons. And I don't know how it would have went if they would have did 6 more seasons.
All I want is a movie.
What was the reason why it got canceled? I know the story of Reboot.
It didn't. It got canceled like for the same reason a whole bunch of other cartoons
Yeah.
got canceled
Moms
around
in
that.
America.
No. It was toy sales. If
Mm,
you didn't sell
yeah,
toys,
yeah.
your show didn't last.
And I never heard of a.
You ain't never seen SWAT
I never
Cats
seen a
at
SWAT
Toys R
Cats,
Us.
and they should have had a SWAT Cats action figure.
Oh,
I would have had that. See, you don't sell toys, you don't survive the 90s.
That sucks.
That's just what it
That
is.
sucks for a lot of shows, man.
Yeah.
Ratings meant nothing in cartoons. Two
No.
oh no, I got one. 2 Stupid Dogs.
Holy I forgot about Two Stupid Dogs.
Giant.
The big sheep dog,
Yeah.
dog and the little small annoying one.
And then the sheepdog and
Two stupid dogs. Oh my god, yo! I would have never thought about that ever again.
The show was genius. They literally made one episode. I never forget this. It was literally 15 minutes of these dogs trying to figure out how to get into the grocery store with the automatic doors. Because I never thought.
I remember that
You
episode.
don't think about these shits when you're like, you're a kid. You're like, bro, because this is like, oh, this is technology that's been here for a few years.
Right.
Mhm.
These motherfuckers is trying to figure out this can, and going back to these episodes make you realize how old you really are and how
Right,
much shit
right.
you've seen. Where it's like, yo, I did what these fucking dogs did because I seen those dogs do it. I went there, took a can, and tried to see that bitch open by rolling the can through the doorway, and it did. But it's just shit like that like all these urban legends kind of like form out like shit that you try as a kid is a lot of shit that you see on these cartoons.
Mhm.
And Two Stupid Dogs was just one of those cartoons where it's like I wanted to try half the shit that was on the show. The whole like they had an episode where they were like pirates, but they had like a regular like a red wagon that they were just like you play with it like as a little kid.
Mhm.
But like I never had a wagon, so I wanted a wagon so I could have a pirate ship. It was just a fucking red wagon, but that show. It had so much impact on your imagination, you didn't realize it. And you go back to watch it, he's like, bro, I would never let my kid watch this shit, bro.
Oh, I wouldn't let my kids watch a lot of shows that I. Actually, I'm lying. I let my kids watch it.
I
anyway, so, it don't get worse than that. So,
bro, my son's 2. Like, I probably should not let him take half of the things that he watches. Like, he does the thing now with video games where he's watching us play first-person shooters, but he'll pretend to be dead. And it's like, oh man, I'm a bad dad for that, but it's kind of cute and adorable. But if he does it in public, it's like, yo, but they call him people zombie.
So now I have teenagers now, and he'll be fine.
Yeah,
he's gonna turn out just fine.
I don't remember ever having filters. Like I feel like a lot of parents try to filter too much
I'm
content
opposite.
nowadays. Yeah.
Because with the internet the way it is, I'd rather nip it in the bud and explain things before the internet shows them something that they're not ready for.
Yeah. And I feel like our cartoons exposed us to like a lot of shit to make us not so sensitive to
You know, you want to know one of the forgotten cartoons that traumatized me as a kid because of the ending?
Which one?
Let's see if y'all remember this Nickelodeon classic, Dave the Gnome.
David the Gnome.
David the Gnome.
Listen.
Oh, let me look this up.
Listen.
I remember the ending.
David the Gnome. He was this little elf, like this big. He had a pet fox that was bigger than him.
Mm-hmm.
It was him and his wife. They lived in a tree, and it was it was like this. It was like no real stakes in the episodes. It was just like it was just a show. It was a show about these two gnomes. But the problem was you kept watching this show, and you never in 1,000 years would have thought it ended the way it ended, because it was just this pretty like joyful show.
Yeah.
And then the last episode, it was like, oh, me and my wife have reached our 500th year of life.
We're gonna die.
And that is as long as you can live as a gnome.
Yep.
So you die. So their friend took them up a hill, Dave and his wife, and their pet fox came too, and they stopped the fox at the end of the hill and was like, you can't go where we're going. You can't go no further. The fox broke down and started fucking crying.
Did they turn into stone or something?
No, then they climbed up the hill with their friend. They hugged, and they turned into trees. And then the friend, I guess, turned 500 too, because he fucking died and turned into a tree too, while the fox was left alone, traumatized.
I don't remember that end of the show.
Yeah, I remember it fucked me up. I was like, why Nickelodeon? This is Nickelodeon.
Why did they make this shit end like this?
Is Dewey Howe?
Look at
that
that
shit, man. No,
that
bro.
kick in it, bro. And then wonder why the suicide rate is up in the United States watching shit like that.
Oh, if I die and turn into a tree.
And be that blissful. Oh my God, they were
my
so
kids
good.
just surround my tree, and I just be like, turn into a goddamn tree.
I mean, you can be turned into a tree.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It is.
Oh man, I'm gonna live forever.
I don't know if I'm gonna stand there like forever though. Like,
listen,
that's like kind of crazy.
Put me in like Central Park.
Like New York.
It's like an everyday. It's like an everyday TV show. You gonna see murders, rapes, sex.
I don't want to see that every day.
But think you gonna be there forever, nigga. You gonna be there forever. You
watch an endless drama.
Imagine watching Law and Order and nobody died.
It's like watching the real world over and over again.
I need it.
There's a tree.
Yeah, put me in Central Park. Let me see all the crime and the happiness and the proposals, the joggers, the people work. I want to see it all.
You'll be a perverted tree. Mm-hmm. You'll be an oak tree.
I'll be in there shaking.
Those ain't leaves falling, baby.
a couple gonna carve their initials in me. I'm gonna moan. They're gonna be like, AM loves PM forever. I'm like, oh.
What's another? Oh, the one that we didn't bring up earlier too, which is the one that everybody seems to be making memes about now, is the Pirates of Dark Water.
Love that show. Another show that ended with a death. I mean, started with a death.
Everybody in that show, for some odd reason, looked ultra sexy.
No, they were hot.
And had eyeliner on. It was a crazy show.
Yeah.
It was a crazy show for its time, man. It's a classic. It's one of those that played on your imagination. It's like, yo, instead of being a cowboy, I remember Cowboys was big as kids. Mm-hmm. Being a cowboy, it was the shit. But being a pirate, I don't know, just felt so much better.
Bro, he was like, a way better Peter Pan.
Yeah.
But
he did like Peter Pan.
The crazy thing about Darkwater was like the title is what it is. Yeah. Like the Darkwater. They're literally pirates on the ocean, but there's dark water that will kill you. Yeah. Like the water. The water will kill you. Yeah. The only thing that would like stop it was like the pendant that he wore. Yeah. So like it was always risk. There was a flying
Lord Bluff.
Yeah, there was a flying monkey thing. What was that thing?
He risked his whole crew, and he the only nigga rocking the medallion.
Right.
That's some crazy shit.
Come with me.
Yeah,
You better fall in with me.
That trailer better be crazy, bro. Because you put me in a boat where you the only motherfucker that's safe if this shit go down,
Yep.
bro. Fuck you. I don't give a damn how sexy you is in a little.
Yeah, they need the other half.
Yeah, I don't care how sexy you look in that little elf costume you got on. I ain't getting on no boat with no elf nigga for nothing. Talking about going to the dark water. You crazy as hell.
What about Godzilla and Godzuki?
Man,
Oh,
I hate it.
Oh,
Because it was like, the theme song is what pissed me
Godzilla.
off. Yeah! Godzilla and Godzuki.
Godzuki.
Like, Godzilla like, roar! And then Godzuki be like, like tripping over stuff. Like, bro, how you tripping over stuff with wings?
I hated Godzuki.
It's stupid.
I hated Godzuki.
Who was stupider, Godzuki or Scrappy Doo?
Godzuki, because at
Godzuki.
least Scrappy Doo was about them hands.
Was he? He ain't fight nobody.
But he's still talking shit.
Nope, he was a little dog.
He's still
That's
talking
what
shit,
Chihuahuas do.
I'm
He
not
was-
giving no bail. I don't like either
No,
or. Like he's making it
I'm
seem like there's no such thing as a Scrappy Doo fan, bro.
Hey, Scrappy Doo sucked.
Yeah, Scrappy Doo did suck, but he was on some of the best.
You know
series.
what? I'll give it to Scrappy Doo just because I still to this day go.
Yeah, puppy power. The
I still
motherfucker
to
will
this
run
day.
up and do nothing.
Do nothing. He would.
As Scooby didn't even want to do shit. What the hell you think? I think his little punk ass mini dog's gonna do it.
He had little dog syndrome.
You know what's scandal? He wasn't even the little one. I think Scrappy was supposed to be his uncle, like according to the movie. Like he wasn't like, or
The
Scrappy
movie
was like an
ruined
adult.
The movie really fucked
It
Scrappy Doo. It fucked him.
I thought
He
it was
was.
good.
What the fuck? You thought it was good? It made him the villain.
I'm glad because I fucking hate Scrappy.
Like, damn, I ain't hate him that much. Shit, they made him the villain.
Yeah, so he deserved to be the villain, the annoying little bastard.
Damn, I mean, we could have got Scooby Doo before we got Scrappy.
I kind of like Scooby Doo
Oh,
because like Scooby Doo was just like, yo, fuck it, like it was he didn't bother nobody.
he just
Yeah, he was just dumb. Like, yo, what do you want him to do?
He was annoying.
Yeah, but like his dumbness, he cracked like a few mysteries once or twice.
On accident.
I
like,
know,
dumbass
but you
shit.
need somebody like that in the crew. Let's get out of here, man.
All right, yo. This has this is Melody Geekdom. I am Gary the Geek,
Lex G.
Rome the Chef.
and we are out.
Remember, follow Eddie Murphy 69 on Twitch, baby.